Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ELS Listening and Shadowing. How are you today? Today, I am here with Ray, and today we are going to talk about something very human. Why do we compare ourselves to others?
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today. Let's start our conversation.
Ray, how are you feeling today?
Honestly, a little embarrassed because this topic is very personal for me.
Oh, really? Why embarrassed?
Because I compare myself to others a lot, more than I want to admit.
Ray, I think everyone in the world does that. You are not alone.
I hope so. It is one of those things people do not always talk about openly.
That is exactly why we chose this topic. It's something everyone experiences, but not many people discuss.
Yes, and I think talking about it honestly can really help.
I agree. So today we are going to share stories, talk about why we compare ourselves, and also learn some useful English along the way.
Perfect. This is going to be a real conversation. No pretending.
No pretending. Let's be honest today.
I like that. Let's go.
Okay, Ray, let me start. I want to tell you about something that happened to me about 2 years ago.
Oh, I love story time. Please go ahead.
So, I had a close friend from university. We graduated at the same time. I went into teaching, she went into business.
Okay, go on.
Within 3 years, she had her own company. She was traveling to conferences, she was posting beautiful photos from different countries.
Wow, that sounds impressive.
It was, and I was happy for her. I really was. But at the same time, I felt this strange feeling inside.
What kind of feeling?
Like, why am I not there yet? Why is my life moving slower? Is something wrong with me?
Oh, I know exactly that feeling. It's like happiness and sadness at the same time.
Exactly. You feel proud of someone, but also a little small inside. It's a strange mix.
And I think that feeling has a name, right? There's actually a word for it.
Yes, in English, we sometimes say it's a bittersweet feeling. Bitter means a little painful, sweet means good. Together, bittersweet.
Bittersweet. That is a beautiful word for a complicated feeling.
And there's actually a German word, Schadenfreude is the opposite. But for what I felt, some people say social comparison.
Social comparison. That's actually a real term from psychology.
Yes, psychologists say humans are naturally wired to compare. It's in our brain.
So we're not broken, we're just being human.
Exactly. Comparing ourselves is actually a survival instinct. Long ago, humans needed to compare to learn from others and stay safe.
Oh, that's interesting. So in the past, it was useful.
Yes, but today it has become a problem, especially with social media.
Oh, social media, that's a big one.
Ray, tell me, how does social media make you compare yourself to others?
Oh, where do I begin? Okay, so I follow some people online who are very successful.
What kind of people?
People around my age, same age as me, but they already own property, they travel business class, they have perfect looking lives.
Perfect looking lives. That's the key word, looking.
You're right, because no one posts their bad days online, right? No one posts a photo of themselves crying at midnight.
Can you imagine a photo? Me, ugly crying, eating chips on the sofa at 1 in the morning.
Yes, but we never see that. We only see the highlight reel.
Highlight reel. That's such a great phrase. Can you explain it for our listeners?
Sure, in sports, a highlight reel is a short video of only the best moments, no mistakes, only the good parts.
And social media is like a highlight reel of someone's life. Only the good parts, the holiday photos, the promotions, the happy moments.
But in real life, everyone also has bad days, failed plans, and quiet, boring evenings.
Exactly. We just don't see those parts online.
So when we compare our whole life, the messy, real version, to someone else's highlight reel, of course we feel behind.
That is so well said, Ray. We compare our behind the scenes to their highlight reel.
Yes, and that comparison is never fair because we're not comparing the same thing.
Never comparing the same thing. That's such an important idea.
Now, Jess, what happened with your friend? Did you ever talk to her about how you felt?
Yes, actually. One day we had coffee together, and I told her honestly, I said, sometimes I see your life and I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Wow, that's very brave. What did she say?
She looked at me and said, Jess, I look at you and think the same thing.
No way, really?
Yes, she said she compared herself to me because I looked calm and content. I had time for friends, for reading, for rest.
And she felt like she was always running and never stopping.
So you were both comparing yourselves to each other at the same time, in opposite directions.
Yes, you were both looking at the other person's life and thinking it was better.
That's almost funny, but also a little sad.
It's both. Bittersweet again.
It shows that the grass always looks greener on the other side.
Oh, that's a perfect idiom for this moment. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yes, it means other people's lives always look better from the outside.
But when you get there, you find out their grass also has problems. It's just a different kind of problem.
Exactly. Every life has its own difficulties. You just can't see them from the outside.
Listeners, can you relate to this? Have you ever compared yourself to a friend or someone online and felt that bittersweet feeling? Please write in the comments. We really want to hear your story.
Yes, share with us. You are not alone, and your story might help someone else feel less alone too.
Now, Jess, why do you think we compare ourselves? What's really behind it?
That's a big question. Let me think.
Take your time.
I think at the root of comparison, there's usually fear.
Fear of what?
Fear that we're not enough. Fear that we're falling behind. Fear that we made the wrong choices.
Yes, I think you're right. It's not really about the other person, it's about our own insecurity.
Exactly. We look at someone else's success because a part of us is afraid our own path is wrong.
And not fear is very human, but it can also be very exhausting.
So exhausting. I've spent so much energy comparing myself to people who didn't even know I existed.
That's such a funny and real thing to say.
Seriously, I'm here staying up late, feeling bad about myself, and this other person is sleeping peacefully with no idea.
That's the perfect image. They're sleeping, you're suffering, and for what?
For nothing, absolutely nothing. It's a waste of energy.
So, what do you do now when you feel that comparison creeping in?
I try to ask myself, is this comparison making me better or just making me feel bad?
Oh, I love that question. Using comparison as a tool, not a punishment.
Yes, sometimes comparing yourself to someone who's good at something can motivate you. That's okay.
Right, like seeing a runner who's fast and thinking, I want to train harder. That's using comparison in a positive way.
But if you look at that runner and just think, I'm terrible, I'll never be good enough, that's comparison hurting you.
So the same act, comparing, can either lift you up or pull you down. It depends on how you use it.
That's such a wise thing to say, Ray. The comparison itself is neutral. Okay, everyone, let's stop for a moment and look at some useful English words and phrases we use today.
We had so many good ones. This topic really gave us rich vocabulary.
Let's start with the word compare. To compare means to look at two things and notice how they are similar or different.
For example, she compared her progress to her friend's progress.
Or, he always compares himself to successful people on social media.
Compare is a regular verb. Compare, compared, compared.
The noun is comparison. Stop making comparisons. It will not make you happy.
Good. Now let's talk about the word insecurity.
Insecurity means a feeling of not being confident or not feeling good enough about yourself.
For example, his insecurity made him compare himself to everyone around him.
Or, social media can increase feelings of insecurity in young people.
The adjective form is insecure. I feel insecure when I see others doing better than me.
Good. And the opposite is secure or confident. When you feel secure in yourself, you do not need to compare.
Now let's look at the beautiful word we used, bittersweet.
Bittersweet means a feeling that is both happy and sad at the same time.
For example, watching your best friend get married is bittersweet. You're happy for them, but also a little sad that things will change.
Or, finishing a great book is bittersweet. You are happy you read it, but sad it is over.
I love this word. It sounds exactly like what it means.
Yes, that is what we call an expressive word. It carries emotion just in its sound.
Now let's look at the idiom, the grass is always greener on the other side.
This idiom means other people's situations always seem better than your own.
For example, he quit his job to start a business, but now he misses his old life. The grass is always greener.
Or, she thought moving to a new city would solve all her problems. The grass is always greener.
The meaning comes from looking at your neighbor's garden and thinking their grass looks greener and nicer than yours.
Yes, everyone's garden has weeds.
Now let's look at a grammar point. We use the structure used to today.
Oh yes, used to means something that happened regularly in the past but does not happen now.
For example, I used to compare myself to everyone. Now I try not to.
Or, she used to feel very insecure about her work, but she is more confident now.
Used to is always followed by the base form of the verb. Used to feel, used to compare, used to think.
Not used to felt or used to compared, always the base form.
Good. Now a pronunciation tip. The word comparison.
Comparison. The stress is on the second part, pair.
Comparison, not comparison. Let's say it together.
Comparison.
Comparison. Comparison. Everyone please repeat that.
Great. And one more phrase, wired to. I said humans are wired to compare.
Wired to means naturally built or designed to do something, like the wires inside a machine.
For example, humans are wired to connect with other people. It is part of our nature.
Or our brains are wired to notice danger. It helps us survive.
Wired to is a modern and very natural sounding phrase in English. Very useful.
Jess, before we close, I want to ask something important to our listeners.
Yes, go ahead, Ray.
Listeners, who do you most often compare yourself to? Is it a friend, a family member, or someone on social media? Please write your answer in the comments. Be honest. We promise this is a safe space.
Yes, no judgment here. We all do it. And sharing your experience might really help someone else feel less alone.
And if you're enjoying this conversation, please give us a like and subscribe to ELS. It really helps us continue making these honest and helpful episodes for you.
Thank you so much. Now, Ray, final question. What is one thing you want to say to someone who is struggling with comparison right now?
I want to save this. You are not behind. You are on your own path, and your path has a different timeline than everyone else's.
Ugh, that is so beautiful and kind.
Different timelines. A flower does not bloom at the same time as every other flower, but it still blooms.
Wow, Ray, that is the most poetic thing you've ever said on this podcast.
Thank you. I've been saving that one.
Well, it was worth the wait. Everyone, a flower does not bloom at the same time as every other flower, but it still blooms.
Write that down if you need to hear it today.
Please do, and share it with someone who needs it too.
Jess, I think we have arrived at the end of today's episode.
Already? And what an episode it was! Today was a lot of fun and a little emotional.
I really enjoyed our conversation today. This one felt very real.
It did. We talked about why we compare ourselves to others and found out it's completely human and normal.
We talked about social media highlight reels, bittersweet feelings, and the grass is always greener on the other side.
We learned that comparison is neutral. It can motivate us or hurt us. The difference is in how we use it.
And we remembered we compare our behind the scenes to other people's highlight reels. That's never a fair comparison.
Vocabulary today: compare, comparison, insecurity, bittersweet, wired to, and the beautiful idiom, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Grammar, used to, for things that happened in the past, but not now.
Please listen to this episode again. Try shadowing. Listen and repeat each sentence out loud.
And remember, your path has its own timeline. Keep going.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to ELS, English Listening and Shadowing.
See you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.